Welcome to you guys. Welcome to New Zealand.
Thank you very much.
I didn't expect you to be so tall. 6'3",
6'8".
extra leg room, business class.
I had to do it. It's 38 hours. You can't mess around, can you?
You okay about that with him paying extra, or you go up there as well?
No, I go with the crew in the Cato class. But he did manage to work his magic and get me in for the last little bit from Melbourne to Auckland. I had 3 hours in heaven.
Is that something for touring though? Is it? I mean, long plane. I don't want to focus on this, but long plane. I hate them anyway, and I'm average height. You must hate them.
Well, I did it a couple of times coming over here because we've been coming over here a lot over the last 10 years. The first couple of times I did it in economy, and I can't really sit down in economy, so you kind of walk the arm for 24 hours. It takes its toll.
Must be the worst thing ever for bands is the whole terrorist thing and all that. In your 15 years, plane travel's got disgusting, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not the loveliest part of the job. However, I have to say, last time we did a run of festivals and we had a great time with the Virgin Blue crew. They do have an interesting recruitment policy that works quite well.
And they seem to be pleasant people too, aren't they?
They're very pleasant, as you said, it's a good word, and they came to lots of our gigs, so it's fun.
And you've just come on the back of the big day out in Britain, big day out in Australia. Is that what's happened with you, or that happens afterwards?
Afterwards, it's all new and fresh. First stop of the plane is New Zealand.
So is there anything that you're particularly interested? You don't say much.
No, well, I'm just enjoying you having a conversation. It's fine.
Are you particularly interested in seeing anyone at the big day out? Is there something that you're keen to watch?
Yeah, totally. I mean, Andy and I run an event back in London. We run a big festival in London, so called Love Box, which we do in July. So we use this as a bit of a kind of recruitment moment. So there's loads of great stuff. Peaches and Lily Allen and Temper Trap I love and Passion Pit and the Decemberists and all sorts of people on. So I'm going to be very busy today or tomorrow, running around.
And your festival is as big as this one, or your festival's one in London be indoor, would it?
No, it's outdoor. It's in it's a place called Victoria Park in Hackney. I mean, I don't know about size. I think on a Saturday we get about 30,000 people to our event. It's kind of, it's not one of the big UK ones. I'd say we're not in the Premier League. We're in sort of the Championship just underneath that.
But you guys do Glastonbury. You do the big ones, don't you?
We did Glastonbury last year, which was a year before last, which is amazing. And hopefully we'll do it again this year. Although this year is the 40th year of Glastonbury, so they're putting out all the stops.
So what are they doing? They bringing Neil Young or some of the originals back?
That's the plan. Yeah.
Rolf Harris, he normally turns up at Glastonbury.
Yeah, I bet he'll get a run out. I bet him and his what's his name board will get a little bit of a wiggle. Yeah.
Guess what it is yet?
Yeah. He's quite a character. The guy that we see him sort of with his sideburns and there's sort of the farmer that runs Glastonbury.
Michael Eavis, yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, he's all right. He's kind of an interesting guy. He's quite in a nice way, but he's quite full of himself. He's quite proud of the fact he's done this event. It's his daughter, Emily Eavis, that now kind of runs it. I think there's a bit of a kind of change in the guard going, and he's handing things down to her. But yeah, he's an amazing guy for what he did. To start an event like that. The guy deserves a huge amount of respect.
And you yourself, you guys, with your performance, I mean, you're a band. I mean, you're a dance. I mean, on-stage performance is really part of your shtick. Always has been?
Yeah, always has been. Yeah. We decided like in the early days when when things were going quite well and we had to come up with a live gig, there was the dance music at the time was mainly the two guys on stage with loads of wires and keys. And we chose not to do that. We chose to always try and do it with a band, which is a difficult system to kind of work out. But I think we had some dreadful gigs where we tried to work it out. But it stood us in great stead. And it's meant that actually the live show is become one of the key things to what we do.
So you pick up people locally. I mean, you're touring with a big group that you normally perform with.
Exactly. I mean, we've pretty much been, in terms of like the crew that we've got, the same people we've been going with for about 10 years. This band is quite new. This lineup that we're doing Big Day Out with and doing a show tonight with is quite fresh. I mean, the girl that we've got fronting the band, this is her first real run of gigs with us, so it's exciting for her. We've got a new guitarist that Annie's recruited from rural France. We're all excited to see how he gets on. And it should be good.
And she's a star, the vocalist?
She's amazing, yeah. She's kind of born to do it. She's kind of one of those girls you can tell she's probably been practicing in front of her mirror since she was about 9, and now it's finally she's got a stage that she deserves. She'll be great.
And with the longevity, 15 years, is that because of sheer brilliance, or you've had to work at it? You've had to change and actually change with the market and work out what people have wanted?
Yeah,
I don't think it's been sort of calculated as changing with the market, but I think what we've always done, we've not had the easiest run actually until now. We're free on an independent label again, but for the vast majority of the time we were stuck on a major label, and it wasn't easy a lot of the time. And so we had to kind of concentrate on the things we had control of, which was the tunes we made, the gigs we played, and the DJ sets that we do, and just keep them good and keep doing stuff that we thought was great, which is why, again, this new album is completely different to anything we've ever done before, and it keeps it exciting.
You'll be playing that as well? Or you'll be performing songs from the new album?
Yeah, I'd say it's about almost like half and half through the set, like going watching Paul McCartney gig, you get a Wings song and you get a Beatles song and it goes back and forth. But see, our Wings song's a lot better than his Wings song.
Wings songs were pretty bad.
Let Die is good.
It's always like the two girls in the record shop in Los Angeles going through the record albums, and one says, the other says, "Hey, look, Paul McCartney was in a band before Wings," and it's sort of like it's the great anecdote. But hey, just as far as you, and you're talking about the record labels there, you were the record labels bitches or whatever in the old days. It's all turned around. I mean, you must all call the shots, because in your time, in your 15 years, the record labels have pretty well disappeared, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's still there's some good major labels around. You know, I think it's a lot of the kind of deadwood's been rinsed out of some of those big labels, but I think that there's still a place for them. You know, and then I mean, back in the UK label, we just left Sony BMG. They keep signing up some really good stuff, and XL are still a great label, you know. But the independents are really kicking it. You know, people like Domino that sign Arctic Monkeys and Franz Ferdinand are just as big really as the majors now. You know, it's an interesting time, but I think it's I still think record labels have got a place for a few years yet.
So where's your income stream? I mean, you put out this new album. Is it people buying it? Is it downloading it? Is it selling the rights to that to movies and products and advertising? I mean, I don't want to know.
No, I mean, I think it's a lot more, but you've got to hustle more than you've ever had to before. That's definitely the case, don't you think?
Yeah, I think the music is kind of an invitation to see you live now. I mean, that's where the idea that's where you make some money from gigs. And the music's more or less kind of free. You get a few bits in films here and there, and a bit of radio play here and there through the publishing side. But yeah, basically music's free, and it's about the concerts. The problem is that when we go and do the concerts, we put on so many lasers that we don't make any money there either.
They're expensive for the power, or to buy, or you break them?
No, we don't break them. No, not yet. Anyway, no, but we do put on a great show, you know, and we take great pride in that, and we don't kind of cut any corners, and so it doesn't come cheap.
And with commercial endorsements as well, that's a way to get your music out there now, isn't it? People get the melody and stuff in there, and that works for you, does it?
Yeah.
Or is that a pact with the devil?
No, I don't think it's a way. You know, some people think it is, some people think it isn't. For us, it was pretty straightforward. It was just that for a long time, you know, there were a lot of parts of the world where we had no label support at all. Australia, New Zealand wasn't one of them, but there were large parts of the world where we had nothing. And so there's only one way to kind of get a foot in the door, and that's to get your tunes on films and on some ads. And that gives you enough momentum to go there and play live and explain to people what it's all about. So that's the decision that we made.
Do you make music specifically for commercials, though? You're not an advertising agency as well, are you?
No.
Not yet.
Not
no.
yet.
What time are you playing? Performing, sorry. Do I say playing, or is that wrong?
No. You can say whatever you like.
It's a traditional bass, drums, guitar. It's all quite rock and roll.
Okay.
And, I think it's 10:30.
10:30 till midnight, yeah.
And have the organisers promised you anything special to do in New Zealand? Anything you've wanted to do that you're going to be doing when you're here?
We're about to find out.
Any ideas what it might be?
No, that's the exciting thing about it. You just never quite know where we're going to be at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow night.